What's up, guys? Welcome to another edition of 3 at 3. I'm your host, Andrew Caley, and this is your best source for daily NBA player prop picks. And we're back to the usual format today after the NBA took a bit of a backseat yesterday to March Madness with the sad lone game on the board, which was, of course, between the Magic and the Pistons. But 12 games back on the board today, so lots of options out there for us to dive into. And we're going to start with Scotty Barnes to go over 25.5 points plus rebounds as he and the Toronto Raptors take on LeBron and the Los Angeles Lakers for the second time this week. Now, Scotty is making a strong push for the NBA Rookie of the Year award. The number 4 overall pick in last year's draft was named Player of the Month for February, and he's been on an absolute tear since coming out of the All-Star break. He's averaging 18.8 points while shooting 55.7% from the floor over this 12-game stretch, while also contributing 8.4 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1.8 steals. So doing it all. And if you watched Barnes in that last game against the Lakers on Monday, you know he was just an absolute problem for them to deal with. Yes, his stat line of 21 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 blocks was great, but it's just the way that Barnes was bullying the Lakers with his size and athleticism in that game that it was truly a mismatch from the start. And with still no Anthony Davis for the Lakers for at least the foreseeable future, I expect that to continue here because the Lakers just don't have any teeth on defense without him, and they don't have the depth to match the size and athleticism of this Raptors team. And it certainly doesn't help that LeBron clearly isn't willing to put in the effort at that end of the floor right now either. Expect another big game from Scotty. He's gone over this points and rebounds number of 25.5 8 times in his last 12 games, and he looks like a good bet to do it again here. Next up, we're going with CJ McCollum to go over 26.5 points when the New Orleans Pelicans visit the San Antonio Spurs. Now McCollum has been getting buckets since coming over from the Portland Trail Blazers, averaging 26.6 points per game while shooting 52.7% from the field, including a very nice 40.4% from three-point range, and that's in 13 games as a member of the Pels. That said, getting a point total of 26.5 might not seem like a great edge here, but I'm going to tell you why it is. For starters, obviously McCollum is playing well right now, and even though he's only gone over this number 6 times in those 13 games, so a little less than half of the time, when he does go over, he goes way over, and in those 6 times he scored at least 30 points in those matchups. And of course, then there's the matchup against the Spurs. This version of San Antonio is not great defensively. The Spurs ranked 19th in defensive rating this season and really struggled to contain opposing guards. They allow the second most points to opposing guards, in fact, in the NBA this season per game, while ranking 22nd in opponent three-point shooting percentage. They also had a tough time the last time they faced McCollum, letting him go for 36 points back on February 12th. And now with no Brandon Ingram and Devontae Graham questionable as well, there should be plenty of opportunity for McCollum to keep filling up the bucket in this one. And getting close to even money doesn't hurt as well. Over 26.5 points for McCollum as well. And we close with Rudy Gobert to go over 13.5 rebounds when the Utah Jazz host the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, anytime you're going to give me plus money on a Rudy Gobert rebounding prop, it's going to pique my interest. But when you do it, when he's facing a team like the Los Angeles Clippers, that's just, I can't say no to that. Gobert is obviously one of the best rebounders in the business, but it feels like he's taken his game to the next level of late. The Jazz big man is averaging 14.9 rebounds over his last 10 games and has hauled down 14 or more boards 7 times over that 10-game stretch. And now he gets to face the Clippers, who I hinted at are not a good rebounding team. In fact, they ranked 26th in rebounding percentage and 28th in opponent rebounds allowed per game. And the last time Gobert faced them, he grabbed 17 boards. So this is obviously a matchup that Gobert can excel in. Yes, 13.5 can be a scary number But like I said, the plus money is exactly what we need to push it over the top for us loving it here. So over 13.5 boards for Gobert. That's it for 3 at 3 guys today. And to quickly recap, that is we're going Scotty Barnes over 25.5 points plus rebounds, CJ McCollum over 26.5 points, and Rudy Gobert over 13.5 rebounds. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all tomorrow.